thanks for joining us today on YouTube. This is NewEra Software, and we welcome you to this preview of our new webcast, What's New in ZOS 112 and 113. We think you're really going to like it. It's free. As you consider moving from 11 to 12 to 13, we do agree that generally all of us want to be technically current. Not necessarily on the bleeding edge, but close enough to be knowledgeable of release changes and the impact that they will have on our ZOS configurations, and importantly, our organizational users. In order to bring you up to date, our webcast agenda is going to be layered. We're going to start at a very high level, talking about some game changers, some investments that IBM has made that are finally making it to the marketplace, and the impact that they're having on the overall Z architecture. There'll be some high-level stuff, but we're going to get down to some really low-level details so that you'll be able to gain some insight into actual changes that have taken place to Part 5 and so forth and so on. Let's start top here just for a minute. Did you realize that Z System is now the fastest-growing platform in the information system marketplace? Achieved a compounded growth rate at the end of 2011 in excess of 20% a year. We believe that this is due to investments that IBM has made that have reduced the cost of computing on a MIPS or MSU basis by almost 55% in the last 6 years. Incrementally, substantial investments in software that drives the Z platform. As you see from this chart, the changes that have been made in V1R12 and V1R13 focus primarily on PARM members, as you would suspect, but also on a new tool that was introduced in V1R4 called the IBM Health Checker for ZOS. We're going to speak a lot about configuration changes. We're going to focus on HCD and HCM, and also going to be introducing you to the Universal Resource Manager, sometimes referred to as the Management Network, and the implications that it has for the integration of the ZOS environment with the ZBS environment that contains the Unix blade servers that we believe will become so popular as we move forward in time. As it relates to HCD and HCM, we're going to drill down into auto discovery, and we're going to talk about new tools that will help you to better manage the Z environment and specifically the control units and devices that form the enterprise fabric. There's lots of detail. One areas we're going to cover in substantial will be sub-channel sets. And as you can see here, in a set example of a change that's occurred from V1R12 to V1R13, the addition of the channel set character to the device addresses. And we think that's going to have some implications for you, not only from an operational perspective, but also from a control and management perspective as well. We're going to detail the impact of that changes on the IPL process, particularly the LoadXX member. Now, let's talk about the changes that have taken place to PARM Lib, that configuration component that controls the base control program. Did you realize today there are over 76 PARM Lib members? 50 of those haven't changed between 11, 12, and 13, but 13 of them have changed substantially. 4 new were added and 1 was deleted. Lots of changes that have taken place are going to be there to help you to deal with the ever-increasing amount of events that are possible because of the improvements in the power of the hardware itself. Tools will help you to manage message rates that impact SMF recording, or filtering processes that help you to better manage the messages that show up at your operator consoles. And we're going to be talking a lot about the IBM Health Checker for ZOS. Today, there are over 186 checks that are made available to you. Some of them deal with integrity, some of them deal with hardware performance, some of them deal with basic operating system characteristics, managing them relative to common practice. We believe that this tool over the long term represents a great opportunity for you not only to improve your management processes, but also to reduce the cost of total ownership. We're going to get at the lowest level into some new utilities that have been introduced in V1R12 and 13. Here's one example, PDSE. This is a utility that allows you to check your PDSE data sets to determine whether or not they may have been corrupted or not, allowing you to take appropriate action to recover them before they present you with an operational problem. The agenda and the content and the detail will take us about an hour to complete, and because of that, you're going to be eligible to receive a certificate for attendance once you have attended the entire webcast. If this is like something that's of interest to you, I suggest that you send an email to info@NewEra.com with the subject line, "Sign me up," and we will direct you to the appropriate location to sign up for the webcast. If you can't the webcast, send an email to the same address requesting the presentations. And very important, if you really want insight into what's happening in V1R12 and 13, send us an email. We've got a 50-page white paper that details all of the changes. We think it's a fast start for updating from one release to the next. Thank you again for coming out and attending this preview. You see my contact information on the screen. If there's something I can do to help you, don't hesitate. Hey, have a happy holiday.